Hello! Hello everyone, I'm back! Sorry about that. Butthole. We had to sort of start my router. So we're back, hopefully. You didn't miss anything. Really? Yeah, you didn't really miss anything. Because just like page lines. Hopefully it doesn't start doing that stupid again. Okay. Continuing onwards. I will keep an eye on my internet.
Whatever the case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying. Imagine how my mind raced when here in the Stolen Lands I heard the voice of the Stag God once again. He gave me another chance at service to atone for my guilt. Now I have regained hope, and that very hope is my most precious possession.
What can you tell me about your home?
For some, it is a land of freedom, where power belongs to the people, not to lords or kings. For others, it's a land of never-ending revolution, a realm surrendered to anarchy. It depends on who you ask. For me, I found Galt a violent place. Crowds eager to lynch a stranger for that accent or appearance, where a single word uttered at the wrong time or place can spark the people to riot and cities to burn. For me, it is a place inhabited by the frightened and the desperate, always suspicious, watchful of trickery. All too often they are deaf to the voice of reason. They cannot grasp that chaos and lawlessness lead only to yet more chaos and lawlessness. All my life I've tried to break through to these poor people, but alas, I don't seem to have made much progress.
Enough for now.
As you wish.
Tell me about Erastil.
Of course. It would be my pleasure. Erastil is one of the eldest gods of Golarion. His faith emerged when the first people appeared upon the land. Erastil helped our ancestors cultivate the land and hunt. Even now, his blessing lies with those who uphold the old traditions and keep to simpler ways, far from civilization and the noise of the city.
Wait a moment. Cities have their strengths as well, don't they? Civilization fosters science, trade, and invention, and that often improves life for all of us.
Tell that to the peasant robbed of all he owns, spending his night in the gutter, hoping to live to see the sunrise. You won't see such things in a village.
I don't share your opinion. The future capital will be no village, whether you like it or not. One day, I'll rival Absalom.
As you wish. Still, lend your ear to this old man's words. Don't brush away the wisdom of ages past. I came here to spread the kindness of simple village life, which is often lost and forgotten in the noise of an indifferent city.
What does Erastil demand of his faithful?
The word demand does not befit the Stag God. Honesty and friendship, loving families, merry weddings, and newborn children in their mother's arms, they bring a smile to Erastil's face. He loves his people and rewards them with fortunate hunts and plentiful harvests. But he has no temper for sloth and vanity. He never bestows gifts upon his faithful without first measuring their worthiness. We ourselves must win our daily bread, but the Stag God comes to our aid in times of need and strife.
I've always had respect for Erastil and his priests.
I see it more clearly every day. Erastil himself led me to meet you. Your keen spirit will serve you well.
Each their own. I wanted to ask you about something else.
I am happy to help.
Thank you for your story. All right, greetings. Tell me I'm humble. Tell me about yourself. I'm a follower of Saren Ray. I have traveled the Padish. Excuse me. Sorry. Good God. My apologies on that. Anyways, I've traveled the Padishah Empire of Kalash to here. Ah, forgive me, but your manner of appearance, you don't strike me as Kalashite. You have nothing to apologize for. Truly, I've received appearance from my parents. Gotcha. Who had come to Kalash from afar. My home is where my. Gotcha. Do you enjoy traveling? Oh no. Yes. No. Yes. No librarian or no archive. However, allow me to live in the world. Gotcha. Each realm leaves its mark on the lives that live here, only by visiting it. Yeah. Gotcha. Doesn't being outside the temple feel uncomfortable? Oh, there are many ways to honor one's god. It's true. Shrines play a role in the lives of many faithful. The healing light values good deeds above all else. I cannot fight and watch evil claims. Gotcha. So you fight evil. Gotcha. Do you know where you're going next? Oh, I suppose right here. Of course not. You are my comrade in arms. I trust you completely. Chasing face lights up. Thank you. I'm pleased I could be of assistance. What can you tell me of Saren Ray? She's a great goddess, loving, warm. Gotcha. I'd like to hear about the story of her faithful. There's much to tell, but I'm afraid I would miss the mark. How did Saren Ray become to be? Saren Ray is one of Glorian's eldest deities. God. Battle in which she showed her valor and decided her earn to become a god. The sacred text Saren Ray is shown as a beautiful bronze skin, maiden, hair, dancing flames. God. Very beautiful. Excuse me, tell me about this battle you mentioned. Oh, she fought the monstrous Rovagug. Eight of clear. Oh. Okay. Once it was done, the goddess sealed him right up. Gotcha. You mentioned Gormaz. What happened to it? An error of faith, perhaps a lesson, but it speaks. Saren Ray forbade her followers from coming near the place of Rovagug's imprisonment, just so that way nothing bad happens, or else they might die. Surprisingly, after the city was built, unfaithful and all Glorian traveled. Weird. Saren Ray sent omens and visions. Her followers leave the dungeons of Rovagug. Did not necessarily work out too. People still came in there and died. Tell me about the Pit of Gormaz. It's a great crevice in the eastern hemisphere. Great, good to know. A glow of the fire filled them to these. More dreams. Through the history of all, the Pit of Gormaz has spawned creatures. Hades' beast, overwhelming power, and driven by only a single desire. Sounds like the World Womb. Hold on, chat. Sorry about that. Okay. Where was I at? Okay. Hideous beast spawned in order to destroy the world. Yep, definitely sounds like the world one. Have wars ever been waged in Saren Ray's name? Alas, yes. The terrible battles were once fought between the followers of Nethys, Norbringer, and Saren Ray. They all ended horribly. The clan became known as the Oath Wars, catastrophe that led the inheritors of Rahadam to deny all gods, man. I'm banning all faiths to their lands. That's one way of doing it. Suppose. Anyways, enough about that. What are the teachings of Saren Ray? Oh, good God, there's a lot of talk. Solar Flame Goddess is the light of salvation even to those who have been forsaken by the others. So she takes in everybody. You make it sound like the followers of Saren Ray will try to find good even in a bandit with a knife to their throat. You're not mistaking compassion for weakness. Gotcha. She'll accept everyone and try to find their all good grace. Gotcha. Saren Ray preaches mercy. I like mercy. Great. Mercy's awesome. Are there any undeserving of mercy? Interesting. Undeserving of mercy? Would even Serenray herself find compassion to? Forgive me. Words. They are not easy ones to recounsel. Gotcha. Kind of looks back on something we will not specify until it gets to that point in this game. These are difficult questions you ask. Sorry about that. Does a being of the has been tainted by evil to its very root? This sort of sounds like Shellen, just in a different point of. There is no easy answer on these issues. Fair fault. I do not agree. Anyways, as for me, I believe that every soul carries the potential for goodness within, no matter the crime. I don't agree. There are crimes that cannot be unpunished. What is of greater importance, the living soul or the laws of nations? Good point. What are your duties as a follower of Serenray? My goddess strives to the best. She never abandoned the hope of the redemption of the priests of Serenray following her teaching. Akin to the healing light itself, emanates warmth and heeds the call of those in need. Alright, the priest was willing to help anyone. Most good. Sometimes the mercy of the soul of flame goddess is the last thing that can save one's soul from ruin. I'd like to ask something else. How was Serenray worshipped? Many worship soul goddess in her temples. Some make the pilgrimage to the Everlight Oasis, but even those who do serve the goddess rarely shun the festivities dedicated. The Sun-Rot Festival for one. What are the temples of Serenray like? Big, nice, golden, shiny, and flamey. The most ingenious device constructed by the only faithful goddess I have seen. Temple of Serenray. Obviously. Anyways, tell me of the Everlight Oasis. I've never been there. According to the legend, the waters of Everlight Oasis are imbued with healing properties. Much like what we were at the Temple of Elk. What is the Sun-Rot Festival? Sun-Rot Festival takes place on the day of the summer solstice, when the prayer of her flock can reach Serenray the easiest. On this day, Kalish booms with color in each corner of the Pelagish Empire. The people will praise their goddess by dancing and singing, setting up fireworks and that every day. Oh. The more I hear, the more it seems Serenray isn't worth. Truly, the goddess does not demand of you. Not demanding of you, nor anyone she help. Your religion is foreign to me, Tristia. Perhaps I shouldn't have put it that way. The way I did. But Serenray's ways are much different from my own. We all different. I have heard enough. What brought you to these lands? I've heard rumors. Sorry guys, this is a lot of talking. I could just skip through all of it, but I do want to keep some of this up for people who want to actually read. I've read through a lot of this quite a few times. Anyways, it's just something that's going to power. Okay, what Chris is talking about? Do you see every word uttered in the heat? An argument turns into a prophecy. Take the abandoned temple for Rastal here. Where we met. What happened to force compelled to produce such magnificent behind on the whims of nature? Was nearly slain by the beast. Yeah. Come a great distance indeed. When you look at it that way, then yes, but please do not think that I come all the way from Kalish. Well, kinda did. Not really. Well, why did Jihad see you in his... Serenray sees all the good gods and goddesses as our ally. You have fought alongside the goddesses against the menace of Robogug, are still among them. By offering my prayer to Serenray, I let her know my misfortune. Wrestle had sent Jihad just in time to rescue me. Spent not much time here. What do you think? These are cruel lands. These are very cruel lands indeed. The people of Stone lands are resolute and true to themselves. I admire their strength. Alas, I do not know yet what powers that flourish in this subject. You call yourself the chosen of Serenray. What did you mean by that? Sorry, that was a mere jest. Now that act like stuff. Yeah, that's basically my nickname. Well, yay! We're done with that one. Sweet. But once we're done with all the reading with these guys, so we won't be talking with them until we're done with like stuff. So have you proven yourself to the mighty be a mighty warrior? I may have. The trial is finished. So I'm the chief. Your new tribe. What do you expect of me? A tribe always must have plenty of food. Well, you're definitely gonna have plenty of food. Tribes must have enemies. Oh, not some easy scum. That's really depending on if we run into an enemy. Anyways, goodbye. We got one more person to talk to. We got to talk to Harem because Mr. Gloom. All right, Mr. Gloomy Buns. Let's have it. Mr. Gloomy Buns, how are you doing? Oh, what? It's you. Did I start you? I'm sorry. That doesn't matter. Oh, I'm sure it doesn't. Tell me about your past. Oh, yes. Tell me about every. Yes. I am the character that needs to have every detail of someone's past. Anyway, my life is divided into two. First was filled with blind wandering, and the other part of me is kind of scourging and fail. Now, where are you from? My life story began in Laird, city of dwarven city of now acolytes and smithies. Sorry, I let myself get carried away. Oh, you didn't. From the King's Mountain? Great! The city's simply imbued with faith. I can't swing a dead cat without hitting a cleric, huh? Keep me away from there. You once tried to serve Torag? Yeah, but unfortunately, my failings as a smith really don't. Everything I touch. Oh, that's kind of sucks. Well, you're touching a lot of things right now, and they're not getting destroyed, so. Oh, what a naive fool I was. Torag, the uncompromising, conceited god glamorized by all dwarves, was capable of being. Well, yeah. The god who turned his back on Harem who turned his back on his god. Torag is the god of craftsmanship, but I failed every craftsmanship. Even if Torag really has rejected you, is that enough reason to leave your homeland? Yeah, you don't know much about the dwarves. How can a dwarf cursed by Torag go on living in a city where a single soul bows to Torag? That would be awkward. I was trying to drown my sorrows and drink, but even the owner of the cheapest pub of the road would laugh at me while he put those mugs in front of me. I probably would leave from all that too. Sorry about that. But there was one thing that kept me going and prevented me from ending my life. I could still hear the divine wisdom behind my back. It was it took a long time before I could hear it clearly. So you heard ghosts? Oh dear. I didn't think dwarves ever worshipped Grotius. You learn about him. Oh, I met him in the woods one. There. And that was a moment when the whisper from my god became more clear. Aaron dead, the lost god. Oh, wait, so you couldn't even make a simple nail and you blamed it Torag? Yes, absolutely. Cursed me with not being able to make anything. Well, if you think so. An ignorant fool. Whoa. Oh god, I'm going too fast. But I won't let myself get angry at you. Oh, thank you so much. I'd like to learn more about the dwarves. Tell me about the 5 Kings Mountains. Dwarves. Okay, these guys are all boorish and naive. God. Have the dwarves always lived on the surface? Nope. No, we came from the rocks and stones. Anyways, tell me the sky citadels. Harsh lives in the sky. The 10 citadels were built by the dwarves. Well, great. Helm is the high helm. High helm is the citadels that remain. Well, okay. I have other questions. I'd like to talk about your god Grotus. Oh, please do. Aha! Oh god, we got his interest. What Grotius teaches you in a nutshell? Everything dies. Gotcha. Phrasma has Grotius locked in her own yard. So she is struggling with Grotius for the moment, but soon he will release me, killing everybody. Oh, fun. Usually clerics with their gods. Why does Grotius, what does Grotius say to you, and what is his will? He doesn't speak, he just sends you what? It's the same thing. What's the difference? His words are unclear. Yeah, he said he doesn't, yeah, but you know what, never. Anyways, thanks for telling me about Grotius. I think I've learned. I like your tales. There's an inner truth to them. Finally, thank you. Somebody who actually understands. Have you ever regretted your decision to abandon Torag and start worshiping Grodius? Nope, not at all. Torag betrayed me, so I went to Grodius, and there was no other reason to. Because death comes to us all in our time. Anyways, so the short answer to your question is no, I've never regretted. From what I've heard, Grodius doesn't spare the minds of his clerics. They all go insane eventually. Is that true? Who told you that? I'd like to look at them slanted in the eye and tell them they're right. Intriguing. Sanity is quite a relative concept. Save. So what happens if 2 or 3 people claim that someone else is insane? Well, technically they're all insane. But anyways, honestly, that's honestly a funny dwarf, and you have your peculiarities, but to go insane voluntarily, you should give up before it's too late. Oh, can't you see? That's precisely what I want, for it to be too late. Conversation later.
Have a moment of respite.
Don't worry, we're gonna rest. Boop. Well, we're done talking with everybody. We still got one more person after a little while. Never mind. We got 2 more people. Got 2 more people to talk with. Anyways. Okay, 20, 19. Oh, yes, I will take that then. 1 extra. Yes. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I'm considering actually going ahead and going 1 level of monk, so I don't have to worry about armor. But at some point in the game, I'm gonna get a nice set of armor that for okay. We got 2 people to talk with. Boop. What do you want? Have a little chat? All right, it's not like we have anything better to do. Well, tell me your life story like everyone else. What is there to know? I was born, I'm alive, I haven't died yet. That enough for you? Yes. In normal cases, but we're gonna go ahead and go through this like a normal playthrough, except I'm not actually going every freaking line. You remember your childhood? No, not really. Oh. I remember my father's hands, rough, scared, white, so I guess that was green skin for my mother. Oh, intriguing. Alright, we got, yes, father was human, mother was orc. Grew up slave, yeah. And Octavia too. Oh, what deity did he work? Callisto. Great goddess of revelation. Oh, where did you get your magical powers? Born with them. Oh, I've had them since I was born. Yep. Technically, they drew my blood, did experiments, and burned me with fire, tortured me with cold electricity, and they told me, you won't believe it, they told me I have blue dragon blood in my veins. Not bad, huh? I'm a dragon for you. I'm a dragon, you freaks. Come check my blood if you dare. No, thank you. What do your tattoos mean? They are magical. They help me control my powers. They technically gave them to me. I'd hope that somewhere in my body there was at least one sign left my but no, I guess not. How did you manage to use both a sword and magic? Just like you do with magic and a bow. Simple, and I'm just that bloody good. Oh, are you now? Do you enjoy making people suffer? Yep, absolutely. It seems to me you're no more than a common felon. Look who's talking. Who are you then if I'm in your gang? Good point. Your answers. Tell me about your life in Numeria. My life as a slave? Not much to sell. I slaved away. How'd you happen to become a slave? I was given away as a slave as a child. That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. Why did your master teach magic? Can't you guess? Because my magic is my blood. It's why they bought me. I wasn't raised as some lowly slave, but as a murdering machine. Kept me alive so that way I magical powers, same as Octavia. What else did you see beyond your life is in chains? What could I have seen? Nothing really. tent and a lot of old things slashed to death and gotcha. We met some barbarians, asked them who might know what tribe I'm from. Oh yeah, yes, they also escaped. And they haven't really found anything. Oh, one more thing. At one time, Octavia and I tried to escape and stumbled across a Numerian monster. I'll never forget it. A huge spider the size of a house, made of metal. I want to go to Numeria. I hope that after Wrath of the Righteous, their next game would be going to Numeria. That's one I really want to do. I really want to go to Numeria just for the metallic spiders. That could be interesting. Anyways, did you and Octavia try to escape? Well, of course they did. We tried multiple times and failed. We always failed, and most times failed, and a lot of times when we ever escaped, every time we ever escaped, we were caught almost instantly. Oh, that's unfortunate. Is slavery illegal in Numeria? In places. Everywhere. Alright, thank you for your answers. Ask away, what kind of relationship do you have with Octavia? She's mine, stay away. Whoa, careful about it. We met as slaves. Our teacher, yep. Our teacher tried teaching us both, but we rebelled. Gotcha, but you were asking about my Octavia. We've been together all our lives. Gotcha. Why do you call her yours? She doesn't seem that very much. My girl loves freedom too much. Even at a slight chance of losing it frightens her. Yes, freedom frightens us all. She's afraid of the word "my." It's because she doesn't understand the difference between my boots and my heart, but she'll understand sooner or later. Are you and Octavia faithful to each other? Octavia and I connected, and this connection is broken. We grew into each other, you know. Jealousy is for weak hearts who don't trust each other. Aww. She and I are together to the end, and we will never part from each other. Like some lad will last, it's no drama to me. I just ask her whether she wants me to leave them alone or join in. And she does the same. You know, what are you judging us? Maybe you just want to join us in our tent. Not an invitation? Well, then. Oh. That's so, huh? I will think about it. For your answers. Oh, mention it. What did you say when you were killing Kalana? Oh, that Calicia's holy words. I stabbed thee with my heart. Speaking, huh? That. Sorry if that is a little bit annoying to you guys, but I am not going to spend like a half an hour in dialogue. Probably what but this is multiple dialogue. One dialogue. Alright, we already what do you actually remember? Special, same images. So basically child when like at the age where she can remember anything. What do you know about your parents or your half elf? Oh really? Oh, am I? You know, you're right. I'm rather slick, tall, and well in dim light. They're pointy in my ears. Oh yes, they're a bit pointy. Yes, I'm definitely. You're annoying and I love it. I don't know why. So my mother was an elf and my father was human, or maybe it was the other way around. And my mother was whatever. So that's it. Now you know as much as my parents as I do. Remember how you were enslaved? I clearly remember the man who took me away from my home. He was big with a pot belly and a shaggy beard. She okay. Anyway, he didn't stay with me long. He gave into the slaver accomplices, and I never saw him again. When my mother was giving to him, she was crying out her eyes. Just lavender. I just remember the lavenders. And did my mother sell me to the slaver? But then why was she? We will learn about that later. Must be horrible being unable to recall your childhood. Oh, I recall my childhood in rather bright details. Spent in dirty barracks. I wore flea-infested rags and slept in a straw mattress instead of a proper bed. Oh, I understand what you mean. You know, to be honest, I'm not sure I want to remember my childhood before slavery. Understandable. So it's good that I don't remember much anything. Yes, will you tell me about your life in slavery? Alright, we already kind of know about this one. She essentially acted dumb most of the time in order to get away with not being necessarily trained as a mage, but she's still able to become a mage. Did you have any masters? For the years, yes, many of them. Some owned me for years, others felt they had enough of me in a couple of months. Trust me, I did all I could to make every master eager. Yep, she bounced around between masters and she was okay. Where did you learn to use magic? Oh, I was taught by Janish of Starfall, one of the most famous. Also, leader of the technically. Have you ever tried to run away? Of course I did. Well, basically the same thing as Regungar. Have you your masters ever hurt you? You figured that out, did you? Or maybe you want to hear all about the beats I survived, humiliations I've endured, and the worst thing one person can do and multiply tenfold. That's what happened to me. That's just I hate the word. I won't let anyone harm those who are dear to me. Whatever happens, you raise your eyes. What kind of relations do you have with the Rungaga? Together, you say that. You say together unconvincingly. Something wrong. You've noticed? Well, I didn't mean that. No, I'll have to explain. I'm not sure I know how to put it correctly. You see, Reg seems to treat me like his property. It's always kind to me and feels good. Feels good when we travel together or when we share a blanket. But calls me my octave. I told him over and over that I don't belong to anyone, that I'm my own, that I stay with him by my own. He only grins when I say that. I bet he likes to think that I'm him. Never mind, I'll sort out something. When did you meet Reg? Well, we talked about this. They met at the camp and were trying to be taught to be machines. Go much? I don't like this O word. I know. Gotcha. I can't count how many times he whipped on the master because of me. Some beatings for when it was actually your fault. What a nice guy. The fact that Reg is so impulsive doesn't bother you? that is a very delicate matter. Reg means a lot to me, and he endured. Later, buddy. But some parts of him just scare. And becomes extremely bloodthirsty when it comes to slavers. Because he likes to kill all slaves. Doesn't like being slaved. Subject. Of course, what do you want to talk about?